All right. Good morning, Keller Williams, and happy Tuesday morning. Welcome to team meeting today. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'll be running your show today. Just wanted to quick remind everybody about the 2020 profile numbers that we went through last week. I'm going to just whip through them again real fast, you guys. I want to briefly remind you on not just what these numbers mean, but how can you be using these to create your business plan for next year. So what are these actually going to mean for who you're going to be targeting in 2022? So if 41% of buyers are first-time home buyers, how are we getting in touch with those first-time home buyers? If agents are 39 years old as the average range, how are we getting in touch with those buyers? So I'm going to resend these out again in your insights and resources, but want you guys to really look at this and use it to think about how are you targeting your business for 2022. So I'll send these back out to you guys again to look at this week in the insights and resources. Next, we have a bunch of people to celebrate in October, so a lot of cappers. For those of you who are new to us, anyone who capped is now going to be getting 100% of their commission. So congratulations to the following people on your raise. First up, Guy Nicolet. Guy not only celebrating capping, but also had a big birthday last month, so congratulations to Guy. And his partner in crime, George, the other half of G2 and their YouTube sensation. If you guys haven't checked out some of their YouTube videos, congratulations to both Guy and George on capping. Next, Holly Gamblin, talk about someone who really does a good job of balancing her life. Balance and hustle. This mom of three is not only making it look easy with listing after listing, but also making it to the Harry Styles concert with her daughter and juggling all things important in life. So congratulations, Holly, on capping. Next up, William Lauer started as the duplex king of Shorewood and has now really blown up his business and expanded and even is growing a team. So congratulations to you, William, on capping. Next up, we have Heather Townsend. I looked at Heather. Her business is up 580% year over year. So we talk a lot about someone outpacing the market. Heather is blowing it up. So huge congratulations to you, Heather, on capping in the month of October. Next up, we got Shauna Knight, the Queen of Greendale. Business is up 40%. Tons of new listings for Shauna. Congrats on your capping in the month of October. Pam Cooper and her husband Craig up in Mequon. Congratulations on capping. Last but certainly not least in the North Shore, a familiar face to us all, Brad Yates. Brad has only had his license since 2019. You'd think that he's been doing this forever because he just puts so much into it and gives so much back to all of us in the Market Center as well. So congratulations to Brad on capping. Next, I'll swing it over to Diana. She's going to cover our Lake Country cappers. Diana. Diana, are you on out in Lake Country? All right, we'll all celebrate you guys. We got Gabby Borowski, Matt Losinecki, sorry. Jennifer, congrats on capping, you guys. Fantastic job. I'll circle back with Diana as well. We were really wanting to celebrate Veterans Day. So Veterans Day is coming up. For those of you who don't know, our president of KWX is a veteran himself. We have a lot of excellent veterans here, including Rick Stale and a bunch of others. So I'll circle back with Diana on this once she gets back on. She was going to cover a few things here, but if you are a veteran, if you know of a veteran that works here, please throw it in the chat, let us know. Keller Williams is doing some really great things and being able to help leverage and reward you guys in terms of how the referrals work for people who served our country. So we'll circle back on that with Diana either once she gets on or next week. Lindsay, I'll swing it over to you for Tech Tuesday and our special guest, Capper Brad.
All right, thanks, Mandy. So you guys, today I'm talking about the quarterly magazine in command. So this is a great way to add 4 additional touches to your 36 touch marketing plan. So Mandy, next slide. I'm going to just have Brad actually jump on and kind of showcase what he's created within the Designs applet of Command. And so the great thing about this quarterly magazine is that you can either print it or she can share it digitally. Or you can share it digitally. So you can either mail it, you can email it out to your database, and it's including a lot of really great content. So there's 3 informative articles. One of them you see on the screen, it says weatherize your home, 4 tips for staying safe during unexpected events. You can add testimonials, you can add featured listings. It's personally branded to you. And you can also include some local statistics. So kind of keeping your database up to date on what the market is doing within this magazine. And so Brad, I'm going to have you hop on, and Mandy, I don't know if he has sharing capabilities yet, but if you can make Brad a co-host, and he will share his personally branded magazine that he has created. And Brad, take it away.
I think, am I sharing it now? Good morning, everybody. So, oops, I do not want to admit people. So in our command, very simple, you want to start out with designs. So hidden off here into that corner, if you're not sure which one is designs, click on the KW and it'll tell you words, but usually it's a little art thing down there. Where you're going to find all your designs, and it keeps all the ones that you've done and any new ones. This out of the, come on. Ooh. We need to move this so I can create a design. Didn't think about this morning. All right, come on, baby. There, no. So I'm not going to be able, but over here in designs is a little button right there that says new. If you click on that, that's going to open up that magazine. And let me see if I can get it that way. There we go, create design. So then you want to go over to print, because this is a print design. This is not a email design. So you want to go ahead and hit print, and then you want to go ahead and hit continue. And what that's going to open up is everything that's going on, what all these great templates that KW has put out there for you. Over here, you want to go over again, and you want to find under, I believe it's
I think it's under lead generation, Brad.
Is it under lead generation?
Yep.
There it is. Client love, I believe.
Personally branded zine.
There it is. I usually click on it, but right here it is. Here are the previous quarters. If you open it up, you want to click on use. And this is very simply the template that KW sends out to you. And there are so many things you can do with this. Over here on this side is going to be a little button. And I wish I could get rid of you, Mr. Picture Page, but I cannot. You want to click on those pages there. There's 20 pages. And what you can do then is you can scroll through the pages, and unfortunately, you're not going to disappear today. So all these different pages, it can, every page you can design home for the holidays. There is everything from quarterly 3 numbers, which those are numbers that I acquired from Charlie. And I'll show you the finished product. There's a page here if you want to feature an agent on your team, if you're a team member, or I personally went out and I picked out somebody that I was working with in my sphere. So I picked out Jake Showman from Bank of England and had him do all the work, said, hey, I'd like to feature in my quarterly magazine. I did. There's a quiet testimonial page, featured listings, listing page. But if in this, and a lot of single agents, there are not a ton of listings out there, or they're getting gobbled up fast. If you're using another agent's listings, please reach out and ask them. Say, can I use your listing? Most of them will be excited if it's especially something that's been sitting on the market for a couple of weeks. Anything
Brad, how
they
long
can get
does
out there.
something like this take you to create?
An hour.
And who are
An
you
hour
sending this
over the
out to?
course of multiple days. So I had to set aside a few minutes every day, and I worked on it a little bit each day. So, and this came out probably about 2-3 weeks ago, and I'm not going to send it out to my sphere probably until mid-November, in the next week or two, because I did Halloween stuff. We had daylight savings. I don't want to inundate my sphere with emails, because then they don't click on them anymore. But if you keep it interesting and so on and so forth, they're going to do it. So I wanted to show you the, oops.
Yeah, Brad, if you're able to show the one that you created.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do now.
Okay.
There, I'm going to show the final one. And what the final one looks like is in my designs is very simple, right here. And what's great is you can change this all you want to. So this pages, and then
I'm going to show how you can share the digital link.
yeah, I'm going to do that. So
That's
the final
your
final
email
magazine, unfortunately, you guys are like blocking every, oh, there we go. So if I go to this, I've got all my pages, and I can edit it. At the end, what I want to do then is when it's all edited, I feel comfortable, I can create a campaign and send it out. So, and I'll show you what it looks like to the consumer. Create a campaign, go into campaigns, you want to emails. Hopefully you've already got command email set up. If not, that's a whole nother thing. You want to go in and edit or create is what you want to do. I've already created one. You want to create a campaign. You want to do a direct mail. Go on through, that's a whole different thing. Send it out. You want to send it as a link. I'll just show you what my campaign looked like. If it allow me, but in the email, I shall show you what the final one looks like. And move you guys out of my way one last time. Sorry about that. I love technical things. This is what goes out to your client. You open it up and scroll down. This is the little letter they got. And there's the magazine right here. Magazine looks like this. Final one, go through every page. Little letter for me, I personalized it. These numbers, Q3 numbers, I got them from Charlie. Charlie loves doing this stuff. I've done it for Q3. If you want to use these numbers, reach out to me or Lindsay, because I pass them on. Always happy to share them. There's that article on Weatherwise Your Own.
You don't have to touch. Those are
yeah
built out. And so really you're customizing maybe a couple of the first few pages, maybe one or two towards the end, adding those testimonials, adding those featured listings if you want. Like Brad said, he highlighted one of the people that he works with in the mortgage industry. If you want to highlight a local contractor, it's all within that template that you can add that content in. So you can really customize it and personalize it to whatever you want to send to your database, to your clients. But otherwise, it's completely built out for you in order to send that really relevant information. So it's a great quarterly newsletter type of thing that you can email out to your database. So Brad, thank you so much for showing that. And like he said, if you guys are interested in some of those Q3 numbers, reach out to Brad or myself. I have those numbers. So if you want to literally take that thing, he's happy to do that and share that as well. So you guys,
thank you guys.
Yeah, tech training is this week. Today in Tosa, North Shore tomorrow in Lake Country. We're going to be going over the quarterly magazine as well as setting up a listing and buyer presentation. So it's essentially the same process for all three of those design templates.
Great. Thanks, Lindsay. Thanks, Brad. All right, Sheriff Reed for compliance, talking about buyer agency this week.
Good morning, everybody. just want to talk about buyer agency because I just get this feeling from the calls I get and everything. Most all of you use buyer agency. I mean, in the past, we used to try to convince agents to use buyer agency. Now I think everybody does. But the kind of questions I get, I think there's a lot of assuming going on. That you just assume you're getting buyer agency. It's just to have them fill out the simple agreement and then you just continue your practice. What I want to do today is kind of pull you back a little bit and remind you of some of the really important responsibilities of buyer agency. It's not just a document that you throw into command and you have the buyer agency. It is something that I think you have to really consider what your responsibilities are, and you can be held accountable for those responsibilities that you're taking on. I think most buyers assume they're getting buyer agency anyway. They want to be represented. They think the agent that they're working with is working for them. They don't know the difference between sub-agency and buyer agency. So you really need to explain the differences and why buyer agency is a value to them. It gives you a freedom to use your own negotiating skills and statistics information that basically you have to keep quiet about if you're working with a customer. When I ask agents sometimes, do you have buyer agency? They're thick in the process, but they say we haven't signed it yet. That's fine. You can sign up the buyer agency at any time during the process. A lot of people wait till you're just about ready to write an offer, and that's when you want to be fully representing your agent by your client by representing and negotiating for them. It's absolutely important, I think, that you have buyer agency with family, with friends, with first-time buyers, relocation buyers. If you have a seller listing and that seller now wants to look at houses, you really should have buyer agency with them. It's almost impossible in these groups to work with them as a customer. And you can be held liable if you give customers agent representation when you are a sub-agent of the seller, the listing broker. Sometimes they pick that up very quickly. Either your buyer will say, who are you working for anyway? Or the listing agent will say, who are you working for, by the way? Those are wake-up calls to make sure that you understand what the buyer agency contract means and if you are following and accountable to it. There are times when you shouldn't get buyer agency, and a lot of agents, I don't think, really think that through. If there's somebody that you're working with for a while and you realize they're really not that loyal, they're off looking at for sale by owners, or they're doing things on their own, going through open houses with and then telling you later, if telling you at all, or they have unreasonable needs. You know, they want to buy a house for 150 in downtown, Milwaukee, and things that just don't jive, and they're not going to be able to find those. You have to be able to know what your buyer wants. And if somebody that really doesn't listen, thinks they know more than you, you might not want to sign up a buyer agency with that person. You can work with them as a customer and continue just with that service. So again, what I said, you don't have to have buyer agency right away, but right away when you're working with someone, you have to talk about buyer agency and tell them and explain to them what the choice is. And again, make sure that you understand the difference so that you can explain to them what the difference is. I believe the most valuable skill all of us have as a real estate agent is our art and skill of negotiating. This is what we are. This is what every agent is, to a movie star, to a celebrity, to a business. An agent knows how to negotiate, and you should have that same kind of skill service to your client, always learning more about negotiating, learning skills in negotiating, because that's what you're doing when you're representing your client. So a lot of times they just wait till they're ready to write an offer and negotiate. I'll negotiate for you. So the next slide is the difference, and we're inundated with this, the duties to the customer and to the client. Just remember that when they become a client, those duties on the right are added to the already duties that you owe a customer. The state of Wisconsin is unique in the fact that we do provide confidentiality to customers. They don't have to be a client to provide that. So that's a very strong thing, but that in addition to the other duties when they become a client, and a lot of that considers doing what they want to do, following their orders, following their requests, living up to your obligations with them. If not, if they can prove that you're not, you can be held accountable for not fulfilling that. Now, the last slide in buyer agency, I just want to show you, and we have this set up. You can just take this sheet. It'll probably be in, we'll send it out in resources. If you want the sheet, just let me know, I'll send it to you. But it's a comparison chart that I made up a long time ago, and I continue to update it and improve it. But it shows the buyer that you're working with, what the advantages are, and the comparison is if you are a sub-agent or if you're a buyer's agent. And knowing what these responsibilities are that are not that you cannot do as a customer are important. Those are, make sure that you fulfill these responsibilities, pointing out reasons not to buy, promoting the buyer's best interests, advise the buyer in terms of the offer, prepare a CMA is okay to do with a customer and a client, but explaining the pros and cons of this CMA is something that you would do only with a client and not a customer. Suggesting the use of the addendums is a service that you're providing when you're representing a client. You don't necessarily have to bring those up if you are working with a customer. And taking the extra step, going to the municipality and checking up what the property has, if there's any outstanding problems or easements or things like that, that's part of your responsibility as a buyer's agent. So my message in all of this is don't take buyer agency lightly. The fact that we have designated agency is very important, because if we come up to a conflict, we can designate it to another Keller Williams agent, and that client still gets the service and the representation they're looking for. Another word of warning, and you're filling it out, if you don't modify the buyer agency agreement, you may be obligated to work harder than you should. And that example is in for sale by owners. If you don't modify the buyer agency agreement, it shows that you are following and looking for anything that's listed and anything that's an MLS or not in MLS for sale by owner. And that's quite a chore to look for every available for sale by owner. A lot of agents that I know modify their buyer agency agreement by putting down that they will only they will only represent for sale by owners if that for sale by owners property is brought to the attention to you by your client. So that means you don't have to research all the for sale by owners. If they see one, they see a sign, they see something in the newspaper, and they can bring it to you. Yes, for sale by owners are still in the newspaper. Then you can work with them, but you don't want to work with every single for sale by owner and MLS listings. So that's it. I just want you to be accountable. I want you to understand what the real responsibility of buyer agency is. Now, this last slide, I'm just going to talk about on the Facebook page, Keller Williams Facebook page, there was a little discussion about the love letters and what was the position on them. The NAR and the WRA and everybody have all advised us not to use them because it's you're very close line to violating the fair housing. And it's not so much for the buyer. The buyer wants to do it. The buyer wants their offer to stand out. The buyer wants to get the house, and they think this nice letter will add to their offer. They really don't have a liability, but the seller does. And so if you're the listing agent, you have to be very careful in presenting these letters to the seller with an offer. You may not see it. It may be very slight, but it could be an advantage to a protected class or a disadvantage to a protected class. And that's where I want you to, if you're a listing agent, to be very careful to accept those letters. Some listing agents now put it in MLS that the seller will not accept them, and it might be a good line. So any questions like that, please give me or Steph Kennard a call, and we're happy to talk to you about your particular situation. Okay, well,
Great,
thank you very much.
Joan. Great reminders. All right, Kathleen, what do we have coming up for upcoming training and events?
Good morning, guys. So we are in the second week of November now. Lots of great content for you still left this month. Coming up today, actually at 10:30, launch coaching after team meeting in person. Nikki and Amanda are going to go through mindset because mindset is the key to everything, right? We need to make sure that we are focusing on our mindset so that we can move ourselves into the right direction and keep working towards our goals. Tomorrow, you can't miss John Lorenz, Gratitude and Relationships. He'll be in person in the Lake Country office, and I heard there's maybe some coffee and maybe a few snacks in the morning. It's also available on Zoom as well, so please tune into John for some non-technical side of real estate. And then coming up next week, Wednesday, November 17th, we have a panel of agents that are currently in Mastery coaching. If you qualify for Mastery coaching or Breakthrough coaching, you're going to be getting some communications from me. So if you have any questions about whether or not MAPS coaching may be right for you and your business, please attend our panel. And then save the date. We have Ignite 2.0 starting January 10th. It's going to be all new content than the previous Ignites. There will be some more focus on how to utilize Command to help you with your lead generation and some of the pieces of Ignite like listing presentations and buyer consultations and how we can use Command to kind of work for us. So that's going to be really great starting January 10th.
Great, thanks, Kathleen. For anyone who's taken Ignite, this is all new material. So they completely revamped Ignite. It's a lot more modern with using Command. It also talks a lot more about other things you can do to lead generate using social media and texting. So it's a lot more meat and potatoes that's more relevant to today and less talk about my KW and, you know, some of those old things. It needed a refresh. So it's going to be really exciting. So even if you've been in the business for a while, Ignite's really going to be like a mini Bold, and it's free and it's going to be here. So definitely save the date for that. Two other really exciting things that we have not had for 2 years because of COVID that are coming back that we're really excited about. I'll share the first one with you guys now. All right, you guys, family reunion is back. It's in Orlando. Maureen's already talking about renting a house out. It's going to be fun. So I know I talked to a few of you who have already bought tickets. I'm looking at you, Aletha, which is super exciting. So for those of you who haven't been to family reunion, it's very different than mega camp, and then it's all about breakout sessions. So you can really control what you want to learn in that and create your own schedule to go to different classes that focus on the different things that you want to work in your business. And it's super fun, and it's going to be in Orlando this year. Tickets are already for sale. It has gone up, as you'll notice. So if you are planning on attending, it's a really big discount to buy early. So early bird pricing is only good through the month. So if it is something that you're considering doing, take a look at it. And we'll share more as we get more and hear more about the different breakouts and schedules available. It's been 2 years since we've done something else here at KW. So I'm going to bring Sydney up here. She's going to talk about something else that we're bringing back this year. All right, good morning, everyone. Hi. So we are also very, very excited after not being able to celebrate the holidays together for a year. We're bringing the holiday party back. So on December 3rd, we're having our holiday party at the Punch Bowl Social right in the Deer District from 6 to 10. But knowing this crew, I think it'll probably elongate somewhere else in the Deer District. So make sure to put that on your calendars, Friday, December 3rd at Punch Bowl Social. So bring your best plaid, your best game face, because Punch Bowl Social has lots of activities like bowling, giant Jenga, karaoke, drinks, food. So put that on your calendar. The RSVP will be on an Eventbrite link that Mandy will send out today in the Insights and Resources email. It'll also be on Facebook, and we'll have it very readily available for everyone. So get all pumped up for our holiday party, and yeah, I'm excited.
Can we bring a guest?
Oh yes, and everyone gets a guest. So let your people know, and yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Great. So thank you, Sydney. A lot more details to come on the holiday party, but definitely save the date. It's going to be fun per usual. So make sure your calendars are marked for that. All right. Next up, my favorite part of the month, where we get to celebrate all of the hard work that you guys do every day and take a look at where our awards are right now. With 2 months left in the year, you guys can see how everybody's doing. So Diana, I believe you are on now. I'll let you start here with Lake Country Awards.
Yeah, I believe I'm on too. Yeah.
You're on.
Okay, awesome. I can hear me reverbing in the other room. Steph, can you do something about that? Okay, you guys, super excited. Katie, Matt, Robert Carruthers, and John Lorenz and Jenny Smith round out October Agent Volume Top Producers. And Matt, Jenny, Gabby, congrats on capping from earlier today. Agent Volume year to date, Annie Stabler still leads the pack at 10.8, Robin McCormick 9.5, Katie Montalbano sneaking up there at 9, John at 8, and Mary Beth Milkey showing up at 6.9. Congratulations. You guys, we talk about this over and over. You control your units, the market controls your volume. John Lorenz, 28 units, Nikki, 23. And then we've got a whole pack in there at 18. So it'll be curious to see what happens at the end of the year, but great work, everybody. Exciting to see those numbers. We're going to roll into the team awards. Team Trimble leads the October surge here, 5.1 million. Cluster Property Group, 2.3, Bark River, 2.0, and Klasky Realty Team. Their year to date, Gallagher Lake Country continues to lead the charge out here. You can see Team Trimble at 44.9, almost 45. Cluster Property Group, 25, Klasky Realty Team, and Bark River rounding out the top 5 there for us. Same thing, units, Cluster Property Group, 81, Team Trimble, 70, 46, 38, and 33 with Bark River. So congratulations, you guys. Love to see that. $1 Million Month. You can see we've mentioned these people. I just want to hat off. That takes a lot of focus. Lag metric, of course, and congratulations. Home Run Club has a lot of lead metrics in here, right? 1 listing taken, 1 contract written, and 1 contract closed. It's wonderful to see. We've got some new names in there. Griffin Peterson, Hildy Becker. Great work, Mike Legend. We see you showing up on here too. So just all in all, wonderful showing out here for Keller Williams Lake Country. Love seeing that success. Congratulations, you guys.
Great, thanks, Diana. Congrats, Lake Country. All right, moving over to North Shore and Innovation. For the month of October for teams, Falk, Reuven, Gallagher at 14.9 million, JSG at 14.7, Stale Realty 6 million, and then Duval with 4.6. Dusty's team, great month, close to 4 million. Then we have Corey Bolt at 2.9, Amanda with a key home at 2.6, Champagne Realty Group at an even 2 million. Marcus Auerbach and his team at On Point Realty with 1.8, and Guy and George, our two cappers there, with a great month at close to 1.4 million. Congrats to the team for their October volume. Individual volume year to date, Sarah Oberbrunner with 16.7, John close behind at 16 million, Nick Fetting 10.7 million, Joey Carini 7.5, Bridget Ty 7.4, Tammy Herpel also with 7.4. This will be interesting to see how this shakes out. Carla Florence with 7.1, Julie Licken 6.7, Alyssa Burkhoff 6.4, and Brian Schweppe at Schweppe Homes with 6.2. Congratulations, individuals year-to-date volume. All right, now we're looking at individuals for the month of October. John Molitor did 2.8 in October. Abby Wall just had a baby and made a transition, and she's at close to 2 million for the month of October. Congratulations, Abby. Amy Merrick, 1.7. Doreen, 1.6, also making a transition in the last month. Sarah Oberbrunner with 1.5. Dave G, 1.5. Julie Bolgren, Patrick Simonis, Heather Townsend, and Tyler Kohler. Congratulations on an incredible October. Year-to-date total volume. So units, we got Sarah Oberbrunner with 51, Molitor and Fetting tied at 46, Joey Carini, Heather Townsend, Brian Schweppe, Julia Licken, Andrea Corvello, Abby Wall, and Brian Pat. Year-to-date units. Year-to-date team volume. We've got JSG with 171.9, Fall Reuven Gallagher, 147 million, SRG with 84, Duval, 27, super close behind a key home, also 27.3, Corey Bolts, Dusty, On Point, the Zeman Group, congratulations to Elena and her team, and the Nicolet Group with 16 million. Congratulations to all of our teams and individual units. Here we're looking at units for teams. And then the $1 Million Month Club. This is a huge group for October, you guys. Doesn't look like things are slowing down for this group. Congratulations on an incredible month. We'll get all of these posted for you guys to share. Home Run Club, like Diana said, this is the group you want to be in. You got paid last month, you got paid this month, and you're going to get paid next month. So congratulations to all these Home Run Club winners for the month of October. All right, you guys, we looked at individuals and teams. Now we're going to look at how we're doing as a collective group and compare your success to the other competition in the market. So let's take a quick look at these stats as it relates to our peer groups. Here we're looking at the top 10 brokerages, and I really want to kind of compare to you guys and look at how you compare it in days on market, average sale price. So here we see Shore West, average days on market, 23, and they're up 5%. Here at KW, we're average 20 days on market, and our volume is up 32%. Year-to-date volume percent over last year is up 32%. First Weber, 8%, Remax down 2%, CB 17, Realty Execs up 11%, and then as you can see, the rest of the players in the market. So if success is outpacing the market average, Keller Williams Associates sell homes 41% faster with an average price that is 16% higher than your peers. So congratulations to you guys on your success. This is awesome. All right, here we're looking at a rolling 12-month trend analysis by office location, looking at closed volume. These numbers are pulled directly out of the MLS, you guys. We can see that innovation is up 109%, just opening not even a year ago. KW Prestige up in Germantown is up 32%. Lake Country up 36%. KW Southwest in New Berlin is up 35%. And then North Shore and Innovation, or North Shore, excuse me, up 33% compared to our peers. All right, here again, we're looking at it in terms of volume. North Shore Brokers last 12 months closed volume. So KW up 33%. Shore West is up 11%. So this is combining all the offices. First Weber up 7%, CB 14, Realty Execs up 20, and Powers up 20. So all the combined Keller Williams offices together up 33% compared to all of our peers. So congratulations, you guys. Continuing to set the pace. All right, now we're looking over at Lake Country. So Lake Country's 2021 year-to-date broker rankings and percent of change based on closed volume. Again, success is outpacing your peers. You guys, month after month, you guys are edging away here. So up 36%. Amazing to see taking over that First Weber Delafield. Shore West Oconomowoc is up 10%. First Weber up 4%. Shore West Realty Execs is up 17%. So congrats to that group out in Lake Country. This is amazing to see, up 58% versus your peers, 31% in the last 12 months. So if the market's saying 31% and you're saying 58%, congrats on all of your success out in the Lake Country area. All right, now we're looking at the amount of money paid out last month. So gross commission income in the month of October, we wrote checks for $4.65 million to this group. So incredible. Year to date, we've paid out $47.54 million to this group, which is a 27% increase in what you guys were making this time last year. Your net effective split versus the KW cap contribution, you guys might say 70-30. You guys said, nah, we're going to work a little harder. We're going to make it a 92-8. On average, you guys are keeping 92% of your commission, paying 8% into the cap. So congratulations, you guys. As it relates to profit share, last but not least, in October, people are going to be getting $94,835 in profit share in Milwaukee alone. So this is 52% larger payout than the same month in 2021. So pretty amazing. Year to date, almost $1 million, $922,605 in profit share to just the group in Milwaukee. That's a 35% year-to-date increase. So Andy, check your bank account for October, profit share deposits, November 21st. All right, you guys, that's all we have. We're gonna take a look more into the numbers next week, but appreciate you all jumping on. Have a fantastic Tuesday, Lake Country. If you wanna pop off for your meetup, anyone who wants to stay on here, we're gonna go through upcoming listings and buyer needs.
Thanks, Connie.
Thanks, Andy.